How's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's read a book, shall we? I'm still sitting here with
positively delicious.
Francis, and he is loving the food, the Mondstatter, apparently relaxing in leeway. Let's read Hilichurl Cultural Customs, Volume 1. Hilichurlian Social Structure. The social structure of the Hilichurl race is evidently a primitive, tribal one. Small-sized Hilichurl tribes are prolific in occurrence throughout the wilderness. It seems that they conceive of the tribe as akin to a large extended family. By far the most powerful figure in the Hilichurl tribe is the shaman. Extensive field research confirms that the shaman is the oldest member of the tribe and plays a role in it analogous to that of the parent in the family, managing major affairs and making policy decisions based on their wealth of experience. Additionally, shamans act as a protector to their tribe using their elemental abilities. Shamans can be identified by their distinctive appearance from other tribe members. They wear horned, smiling-faced masks with eye holes at the mouth and wield a rudimentary shaman staff in their hands. A further identifying feature is that they will be heard chanting to themselves some form of unintelligible hymn or incantation. Age is not always the deciding factor when it comes to status in the tribe. In some tribes, shamans are ousted from leadership by physically larger Hilichurls with superior combat skills. Under leadership of this kind, such tribes tend to become more aggressive. The chiefs of these tribes can easily be identified from their large stature and ostentatious masks, which also bear horns. The Hilichurl's hostility toward outsiders, coupled with the obvious language barriers, means that conducting specific research on the distribution of resources within tribes has been all but impossible. Nevertheless, Knights of Favonius patrol reports suggest that resources are typically shared on the basis to each according to his needs. All tribe members are both gatherers and soldiers, but some that prize combat above others develop into seasoned heavyweights of the battlefield. If the tribe stays long enough in an unfavorable environment, these heavyweights will become its most respected leaders. Interestingly, Hilichurls seem to have a unique ability to manipulate the elements despite their low intelligence and primitive social structure. This ability is most notably manifested in the shamans. Typically, humans require a vision in order to exercise elemental control. The question of how Hilichurls are able to do so without a vision is, therefore, one that requires further investigation and analysis. Volume 2. Hilichurl Spirituality. Just as the inhabitants of the 7 nations of Teyvat each have their religious beliefs, so too do the Hilichurls. However, they worship not a specific figurehead with a presence in this world, such as one of the 7, but elemental power itself in a more abstract sense. For instance, some Hilichurl tribes in Mondstadt revere Anemo just as their human counterparts do, but they do not recognize the Anemo Archon Barbados. Instead, they worship the power of Anemo itself. Hilichurls holding different elemental beliefs often live together in the same tribe. An individual Hilichurl's elemental affiliation can be deduced from the designs on their masks and the color of their body paint. First-hand observations indicate that the shaman, responsible for organizing offerings and worship ceremonies for the tribe, applies a colored dye to their hair and skin with the color representing the element they worship. Shamans are dressed and adorned more ornately than ordinary tribe members, but owing to the limited intelligence of the Hilichurls, it is highly doubtful that any of the fine ornaments worn are crafted by their own hand. The shaman is the spiritual leader of his tribe. He leads them in song and dance during worship, singing hymns of praise to the elements. If there is leftover meat from the hunt, the Hilichurls place it on the altar raw as a sacrifice. Even though they accumulate ample mora, precious stones, and other items of value through exploring, looting, mugging, and other means, it would appear that raw meat alone is considered a sufficient sacrifice. It would appear that the Hilichurls possess no concept of either the past or future, living only in the present. They do not intentionally store up food for survival, nor do they commemorate their deceased forebears. Though crude attempts at something like calligraphy have been widely observed within their camps, closer inspection reveals these markings to be nothing more than botched imitations of what they have seen in ancient ruins, possessing no originality whatsoever. Hilichurls do seem to have an inexplicable affinity for remnants of the past, evidenced by the fact that ruins are one of their preferred locations to camp. But investigations thus far have turned up nothing which might hint at the true nature of their connection with the lost civilizations to which these ruins belong. Wow, okay, so this is really interesting. Both volumes 1 and 2 of the Hilichurl Cultural Customs both tell us that they have a kind of rich cultural heritage that's different from our own, but also that they are perhaps more regressed. They don't experience the past or the future very strongly, if at all, and they have no language. So it's hard to interpret how they iterate time and pass on information, have an oral tradition, but only live in the present. That must be an exaggeration or an inaccurate observation from this source, who we don't know whom it is, I suppose. I don't see the author listed. It seems like maybe a Knight of Favonius, but we'll find out. All right, everyone. I want to thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed Hilichurl Cultural Customs Volumes 1 and 2. I will check you in the next book. Take care.